I be on the next only got fresh to death. Just call the coroner. I'm a native champ, you just a foreigner. Is that all you got? Come on, you boring us. Hey, looking for the champ, we on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with our next matchup of the night, and it is in the men's super heavyweight division. The first of our athletes, now making his way to the table, he hails from Bulgaria. Give a big round of applause to GEORGI SVETKOV.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will see a little kink in the stride of one GEORGI SVETKOV, but make no mistake about it, the Bulgarian super heavyweight is a crowd favorite here in Istanbul, and he will be ready. The hand and wrist strength, the capabilities of the big man to pull outside like a 160-pound guy is absolutely unique in itself. GEORGI definitely represents a style. If you can take the hand of GEORGI, then you are the dude. If you can then withstand him compromising your hand and still get to victory, that's what we're waiting to see tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent now making his way to the stage, hails from and is representing Poland. Please give a round of applause and welcome the Titan, Alex KURDECHA!
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We talk about crowd favorites. There is no doubt the Polish athlete is one of the biggest fan favorites here. And listen, the personality, the athleticism, the size, the beauty that Alex KURDECHA represents here at the East First West, absolutely unmatched here. The Polish athlete is one of one when it comes to the size, the strength, the flexibility. You can see the energy, and my goodness, does he bring personality to the stage. This is going to be unique. Both of these guys have a bigger than life smile, a big personality, I'm sure. Off the table, super good and friendly. We're about to see two premier super heavyweight arm wrestlers get at it. Who's it gonna be? SVETKOV or KURDECHA? Neil Pickup about to join the broadcast. Definitely a little bit of a kink in the giddy up of one GEORGI SVETKOV. However, how big will it matter? How much pressure does he need to put on that foot that is definitely affecting him in the stride to the stage?
You can even see him wincing there straight away, Trav. Not happy at all. If this was an egg and spoon race, he'd be in serious trouble. Arm wrestling, opinions vary. Alex KURDECHA, the man in red. GEORGI SVETKOV, Acid G of Bulgaria. Master top roller, this man. But had a terrible injury on that leg, and earlier this week it was in horrific condition. It is the left. He can still kick off the right. We're going to learn so very much from this first start, Trav.
Here we go. The key to moving up the rankings, to getting some sort of a date with the Hermes Gasparinis, the Devon Loretts, and of course the Gennady and LEVAN shagging this Philly level. This is the gateway. What we need is for one of these athletes to demonstrate some dominant control of one another. If that happens, then we could see easily the whisperings come that one of these guys may deserve that title match.
You can hear that roar go through the arena here at the Green Park, and that is Alex KURDECHA, the man from Poland in the red shirt. What an absolute giant this man is. His face like stone, super determined, and you can see how restricted the movement of GEORGI SVETKOV is. Here we go.
This as much as possible. And this not like that, please.
Just listening to the request from RCG, GEORGI SVETKOV there, the Lemonator. And he said he wanted the strap as far down as possible.
Little bit on my side. This, little bit on my side. I will just show you like this, yeah, okay.
Lovely, polite request there.
What better than to let him know, I will show you, young man. I don't know if there was any way to stop that from happening.
Not at all. I mean, this is an absolutely massive individual. If you were in the park and this guy stole your child's bike, you'd give him a push.
Don't so much, I want normal strap.
You can feel the intensity, Trav, coming off that table. Acid G.
And take a look at these two guys. No sweat on either brow. I promise you, this will be the last time that you will see not a soaking mess from one, maybe both of these guys by the time it's over.
I would give them 10 to 15 seconds of sweatlessness, and it will kick in hard like Todzilla in a polar neck.
Yeah, there's a glistening coming from GEORGI already as we say this. Watch for the hand and wrist being compromised. The Bulgarian notorious for being able to compromise the hand and wrist of his opponents. An outstanding full hand top roller. We'll see from the start. It looks like GEORGI has it set in pretty good, maybe a little too much movement. Alex, I think, getting the warning there, that just goes to show you once GEORGI kind of set down there was a little bit of movement there, causing the hand to move and twitch a little bit, and one warning to Alex KURDECHA.
And what will be interesting is whether we see the dynamism we saw in Alex's last match. Here we go, on the way. Big drive to the side from Alex KURDECHA. And that looked like a pin. That was a pin. And KURDECHA explodes. GEORGI SVETKOV is really compromised in his movement, Travis.
Let's read into this, right? Either we have a dominant guy, which I was telling you, if all things are fresh and one of these guys explodes through the other one in some 4-1, 4-0 fashion, you're going to hear the questions. The guy is going to need a title shot. Now, is this supreme domination from the Polish athlete, or is this a combination of GEORGI looking a little frail there, maybe not the most balanced athlete that he could be, but make no mistake about it, Alex is a main event card athlete in every single way. He's got heart, he's got the size. How promotable can an athlete be if you're Ingen Terzi and you're looking at the stage at this man go 3 steps from one side to the other side?
And he did 2 of them dancing. Absolutely remarkable performance here from Alex KURDECHA, and I'm very concerned for GEORGI SVETKOV. He really is compromised. The man has been on antibiotics since Tuesday of this week, trying to get the infection out of that severely damaged leg.
Okay. But,
And he doesn't look himself, doesn't look like he's got any speed and dynamism to his movements. We're used to seeing him for a big man. He's really athletic and can move well up there. But that seems drastically compromised. And Acid G does not look himself. The man he's staring at, however, not a blade out of place on the hair of Alex KURDECHA.
The first massive swipe from the left forearm across the brow. My goodness, what a sweaty mess the inside of that man's left arm. Disgusting.
And you will see in the next 15 minutes that the sweat will start to soak through the top of GEORGI SVETKOV. I'm going to go for it. It is indeed going to be a warm night under those lights for these 2 big boys. But joking
whatever the
aside,
scenario, there definitely has to be some purchase gained, some sort of hope restored from the Bulgarian in order for this crowd to get behind Georgie. Because listen, when you first saw this match being announced, you thought this was going to be a bloody, sweaty mess.
Travis, I was devastated when I saw the extent of the damage on Georgi's leg when we arrived earlier this week. It really, for anybody at home who wasn't aware of the amount of damage that he suffered, it is really severe. I mean, I actually thought his leg was broken. Like, look, tremendously bad. And then the infection kicked in by Thursday. It was seeping blood. It was a real mess. And he looks very compromised in his movement. That is not something you can have when you're going into a match against somebody as ferocious, as tenacious.
If you're looking for some hope, at least he's got the good side of the bracket. The referee right there, you could see any attempt to close Georgie's hand, and Svetkov was like, hey, I'm wrist curling as hard as I can. The call was pretty easy. Be careful here, Georgie. I can see the referee really focused on that wrist. The thumb is there. He's looking very diligently there. You may want to invert your hand to create,
down it
to
comes.
make sure. Ooh, a big
We are
curl.
underway. Georgi hangs it up a little better there, but his palm compromised. And it's Alex KURDECHA again with the win. And you really feel like Georgi's not able to react and stand himself up hard enough. He's really no dynamic movement at all there. KURDECHA looks on a different planet.
No doubt, and let's be even more completely honest with the situation. Georgie looks wounded. He doesn't look, his nonverbal communication says, guys, and listen, you're talking about an outstanding individual here. So a lot of times people would want to maybe cancel the match. I'm sure Georgie had that conversation with Ingen, let Ingen know that he was willing. And listen, right before they set Georgi's hand, you could see the slight wrist curl, the slight little pronation there. The referee let him get away with changing the connection there. You got to imagine that a healthy Georgie with that could have made that interesting. But listen.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Travis, because earlier today we were watching Mindaugas Terasaitis and Arthur Makarov, and you said just before the pin that wrist was a little compromised, and lo and behold, the next round we saw a much better performance. Did you feel a similar set of criteria applied there? Because
I felt that it should have happened. After I saw the referee allow, he looked very strict on that first foul. The second foul, he must have winked. He must have blinked or turned his head, because Georgi, honestly, a nice little bit of adjustment with the shoulder, little pronation, and the wrist curl, and it definitely changed the connection. The truth is that whether it's the faulty injured foot or the fact that this Polish athlete is not only one of the very best, he deserves maybe a shot at the very tip top of this category.
it can't be long before we see Alex KURDECHA given that kind of opportunity. He's been so impressive here, as you say. He's such a character, such a gigantic, endearing individual, and so entertaining. Explosive, furiously relentless in his attacks. When this guy is on, and probably more worrying for people, he's still in his infancy, Travis. This guy has so much headroom. He can get a lot better, and he's committed to doing so. Every time we see him out, he's utilizing more range of ability. We've heard the best guys in the world speak about just how difficult it is to get around the pronator of Svetkov. And yet Alex performing very well. Remember, he's got wins over some incredible athletes. We saw him defeat Ernest Gasparini.
No, it's not my move. It's not my move, guys. Yeah, yes, exactly.
Alex claiming it's not him, and listen, my man, we all know who it is. Georgie's searching for some sort of compromise, some purchase on the hand and wrist. the ability to utilize the strap in his favor. Usually you would see a little taller Georgie, maybe a way more aggressive, much more of a smile on his face. I don't know if it's the foot or the actual competition that has definitely made it tough going.
Alex KURDECHA takes it to the pad, and that is the win. That is 3-0, and it looked comfortable on the night. You can see how deflated GEORGI SVETKOV is, and I'm not sure, to be fair to Alex KURDECHA, that we saw GEORGI show up tonight. He really didn't look himself at all.
No doubt, and you want to send prayers and wishes because you know what kind of great guy that is. But listen, all you can do as Alex KURDECHA is pin the arm that is put in front of you. He had absolutely no trouble with that tonight, and an outstanding showing for Alex KURDECHA. And now the table set for a date with Hermes Gasparini. Who knows, maybe Denis Siplankov, and who knows, maybe the loser of the Devon LEVAN match. But ultimately, it's going to be hard to keep the Polish athlete from having a shot at the East vs. West Super Heavyweight Championship. And listen, you're talking about a tremendous hand and wrist, and he was able to go through there outside. Not a lot of guys have outside top rolling wins on GEORGI SVETKOV. What a great outing for Alex KURDECHA. Only better things to come in the future for this young man.
What a way to come back. Amazing victory, Alex KURDECHA. GEORGI SVETKOV, one of the top 5 pullers on the planet. Definitely you right now in that mix. How do you feel?
I feel happy. I feel so excited. Thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for this amazing energy. I feel it, and it gives it even more power. Thank you guys.
You have total control right from the start. Were you surprised by any of it, or did you work as hard that you expected this?
Honestly, guys, huge respect to Georgie. He's an amazing athlete. He's the humble in the life, and he's a real warrior here. He never refused of the fight, and I respect him. He's definitely top guy, and you know, I just happy to come back to the top, because you know, some period I was out of the pulling, and I was asking to Georgie because I wanted to pull with somebody who are really one of the strongest, and I believe that Georgie one of the strongest in the world.
My man, every time you compete, it's a surprise. Can't wait to see more. Remember, if you have a chance to vote, vote KURDECHA.